Thank you so much for joining me here today. I am really excited to be here. But first, I'm Ramnath Sagar and I lead the AI product marketing at Pure Storage. If you look at some of the exciting things that are being talked about today in this world, it's all centered around data and AI. Yet many enterprises are still struggling to move their AI initiative from pilot to production phase. Cisco and Pure Storage are now, with the successful partnership of FlashStack, are now addressing these challenges with a new solution called FlashStack for AI. FlashStack for AI empowers the IT team to transform their problem and support modern AI-powered businesses. Today, we are going to talk just about that. AI has been talked about in many ways, but here's another perspective to look at why it is so intriguing. All the innovation that has happened over the past 50 years, the world going from mechanical world to digital world, was all driven by a single innovation, a single approach in technology that's called Software 1.0. In 1954 came world's first mass-produced computer. Program using punch card, of course, but even to this modern day application, the underlying approach is still the same. It's all about having your human expert, a domain expert in certain field, translating their expertise and knowledge into a piece of code, whether it's a punch code or Python code. This one approach today actually transforms huge industries like transportation, healthcare, semiconductors. It also birthed new big industries like social media and cloud computing. But that changes now. AI represents a fundamental shift in that singular approach. Just early last year, one of the well-known personality in the field of AI, Andres Karpathy, he authored a manifesto calling an era of Software 2.0. Andres' point was pretty simple. Software 2.0 represents a fundamental shift in how we write a software. In Software 1.0, developer picks a specific point in the program space, explicitly writes a software targeting that point. Software 2.0 is a completely new game. It's about leveraging all the data that you have, feeding that into your neural network, and exploring the program space to allow the system to come up with an optimal solution. Essentially, it's the idea that software writes software by looking at a lot of data. It is not limited by human knowledge or by our inability to explicitly write and cover all the corner cases in the world. The end result is that it delivers some amazing results. Just look at some of the benchmark that has come out over the past couple years. The graph on the right, it shows ImageNet competition result. Blue dot represents Software 1.0 approach, hitting the limits of how human experts can write a software. Green dot represents Software 2.0, or the power of AI, that was introduced in 2012 by Andres, and it shows how the results have surpassed the human capabilities. While AI presents tremendous opportunities, IT teams still face a huge dilemma of relearning everything, and that's driven by three key challenges. First, the traditional data center do not follow data. Unstructured data means unpredictable data, and data comes in all forms and size, and accessing that becomes unpredictable. Traditional infrastructure aren't designed to handle the unpredictability of these data and hence cannot get the data to work for the business. IT teams are struggling to keep the data science team productive, and the data teams are struggling to operationalize their machine learning. Added to that is the support for multiple data source and rapidly shifting hypothesis. The second challenge is many of the IT departments regard data science software as unstable, unsupported, or even undebuggable, and they are not wrong. The AI ecosystem is still in an early stage, resulting in fragmented, unfamiliar, and rapidly evolving machine learning software stack. And finally, AI is not a single workload. There are several stages, collectively called AI pipeline. Each of the stages have their own software and infrastructure need, and no single solution exists today that addresses the challenge of the AI pipeline and helps enterprise move their AI initiative from pilot to production. But when you break down the infrastructure that is needed to support production environment, it's much more complex. Here's a visual of how infrastructure is designed to support an AI initiative. In fact, this design is so true for every customers that we have worked with doing AI. It looks like this in a pipeline, and it has at least 4 stages. Ingest stage takes the data from an external source into a training system. The data is stored in the raw form, and even when labels are added, it's backed up in the raw form. Cleaning and transformation stage, that's the second stage, modifies the data, saves it in a format that's convenient for training, including linking the data samples and associated labels. The second copy of the data is not backed up because it can be recomputed as needed. It is usually done on a standard CPU servers. In an exploratory stage, a data scientist will quickly iterate. He takes a small subset of data, kicking off a training job and seeing if the job is trending in the right direction. If not, they will reiterate until they find the right model to put it into production. And finally comes the training phase, where you select all the data that you have, including both new and older sample, and feed them into massive production scale GPU servers for computation to update your parameter model. The end result is an AI product that can be put into devices, whether it's your car or your phone. Each one of these have a very different computational requirement and storage requirement. So building that today is done in a physical silo, where data is transformed, then copied from one stage to another. When we talk with our customers, we find that most of the data scientists are just wasting their time moving the data from one silo to another. So to address these, we are introducing a solution called FlashStack for AI. It's a holistic offering designed to deliver an end-to-end AI pipeline. Jointly developed by Cisco and Pure Storage, this is a flexible solution that's powered by Cisco's UCS server and our FlashBlade. FlashStack is a combination of a compute scale with the UCS C480ML server, a purpose-built server for deep learning, and Pure Storage next-generation file and object storage to reduce the design risk in building a compute and storage infrastructure for the AI application. The simplicity of FlashStack for AI finally empowers the enterprises to be AI first. Now, when most data scientists run their AI workload from a single box, a PC or a server, scaling that single job across multiple servers is super hard. Multi-node scaling was reserved only for few AI experts who want to present the data at a conference. But FlashStack for AI shattered that barrier. Any data scientist today can do multi-node training. It lets you scale across 4 C480ML easily, ultimately making data scientists more productive. So let's take 2 popular neural networks. The chart that shows over here are 2 things. First, GPUs are kept at a maximum throughput, and second, FlashStack for AI allows you to your jobs to scale linearly as you add more servers into a single job. For example, let's look at a VGG network. The white bar shows over here a single 480ML and consumes about 3600 images per second. It's a random bit of data that's fed into GPU to find the theoretical limit of a GPU when running a VGG model. The blue bar shows the actual benchmark, reading the data from the FlashBlade. And it delivers about 3500 images per second. That's about 97% of the speed of theoretical maximum. The amazing thing over here is that in real world, the data is read from storage over the network, copied to CPU, and then to GPU. And this is often referred to as the input pipeline. In a do-it-yourself system, you can easily install your GPU, slowing the entire training process down. But with FlashBlade and FlashStack for AI, we can see across a range of state-of-the-art models that are fed with GPUs, and they're getting the highest performance. So one of the misconceptions that often comes out is that CPUs are not important for deep learning workload. In fact, there are so many things that needs to be done before you feed your data into your GPU and run your neural network, and that's called pre-processing. And oftentimes this is done on the CPUs. Here you can see how, by leveraging the highest performance CPU, you can actually speed up your pre-processing, and that in a way can help you speed up your entire training time. Another exciting thing is how we accelerate the data exploration phase. If you look at data science workload, 51% of the data science team is spending on data cleaning, loading, and wrangling rather than building the model and deploying them into production. Oftentimes, it takes a lot more time to enumerate the data that you have and capture the metadata and annotation from the data set. This is why we built PureTools, an exciting software capability that helps you do faster data exploration, all from the software that the data scientists are used to, Jupyter Notebook. But why is this important? Data teams can finally do faster data science by reading metadata faster without adding any complexity to the data engineering task. We have seen our customers speed up this metadata operation by 200 times. For example, to use a standard Unix command and read 3.2 million files of metadata, it takes about 20 minutes. With PureTools, it takes less than 10 seconds. That's actually giving the entire 20 minutes back to the data scientists so that they can build a model, validate the hypothesis quicker, and deploy the model into production. What AI team really wants is a shared storage system that can deliver the performance as if the data is locally stored with cloud-like agility. What they want is a scale-out data platform that is tuned for the entire pipeline, not just for one single phase. FlashStack for AI does that. With a simplified solution, building and deploying an infrastructure for the entire pipeline. Ingestion, ETL, explore, train, and deploy. There are wide ranges of Cisco's UCS server that are purpose-built for each of these phases. FlashBlade Data Hub delivers a single platform that is big and powerful enough to share the data across the entire pipeline. So you share the data and not just store them. To summarize, FlashStack for AI delivers an integrated solution enabling IT to build state-of-the-art AI infrastructure in critical days and not months. Data engineering team can in turn focus on exploring the models and building their application without acting as a shadow IT managers. It's built on a successful partnership of FlashStack, jointly built by Pure Storage and Cisco, and by the industry leaders of AI compute, storage, and network, namely NVIDIA, Pure Storage, and Cisco. Since it launched in GTC this March, FlashStack for AI is already deployed in production across multiple industries and use cases, including large federal and research labs, financial services, and healthcare. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I am Ramnath Sagar, and I lead AI product marketing at Pure Storage.